Alrighty, hi guys, this is Lady Yoga and this is Yoga Quickies, the show where you tell us what you wanted of your yoga and fitness routine and we deliver it to you in 5 minutes or less. This request comes from Patty in upstate New York via Instagram, and she is about to meet her future in-laws. I know what that's like. It's a little scary. I mean, think about it. You're going to basically replace the mom or dad in their kids' world. So it's a lot of big shoes to fill, and especially if you're going to that person, your partner's childhood home, it could be sort of terrifying, you know, staying in their childhood room where you might have a creaky old twin bed and perhaps some old trophies or musty smelling blue ribbons from their debate club or their soccer team or whatnot, and maybe there's pictures of Corey Haim or Leonardo DiCaprio on the wall. That's always uncomfortable, you know? Or you might be like me, having to stay in someone's basement where there's that incessant hum of the dryer going, especially during the holiday season, or that strange, weird smell from like the second refrigerator that's down in the basement that's like super overly cold and has large pieces of unidentifiable meat in it. Definitely not really speaking from experience, but it's a difficult thing when you meet the in-laws, especially if you're going into their home and it's just an uncomfortable situation because it's not the way you were raised. So, you know, and you want to make a good impression. So ideally, you don't need a lot of space. You don't need a lot of things. So whatever space that you're given, you can use what you've got to sort of keep your sanity and to keep your stability and to keep a little strength going. So we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock here, and we'll start. What I have right here is basically I have my meditation cushion, so that's not working. Okay, now y'all are gonna know my password. Okay, so I have my meditation cushion, but you can use an ottoman, you can use a coffee table, you can use some yoga blocks, or even a pile of books. You can use the edge of the bed for some of these exercises, and I actually have a bottle of wine here that I'm also going to use. Now this one happens to be empty because it is the holiday season when I'm shooting this. It might post at a different time of year, but you know, you never know when somebody's gonna meet the in-laws. It could be the holidays, it could be any time of year. So I have an empty bottle of wine here because it is the holiday season. I'm in the Midwest. It's very cold and gray, and so I've needed a little bit of liquid courage. But we're going to use some fitness courage. Ideally, you want your bottle of wine to be full so that if you're going to give it to the in-laws as a gift, you can use it prior to giving it as a gift so you can kind of get your sanity and your balance and your strength, and then you can give it away and you're like, whew, thank goodness, and have some of that liquid courage after you burn some calories. Okay, so we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We'll start with a bottle of wine. Now, I have the bottle of wine with a couple rubber bands around it just to keep a secure grip. If you're feeling like, I don't want to do exercises with a bottle of wine because it might fall, well then, okay, you can use a water bottle or you can use a yoga block. You want to make sure that the water bottle is full and you don't want like the stainless steel kind. You want kind of the mushy one or like those tall smart waters so that if it does fall on your face, it's not going to hurt, right? So with this, we've got the grip of the rubber bands, so it's not going to fall. And so a little bit of strength we're going to focus on. We want core strength so that we can still stay stable in our core. We feel like we're in control of a situation. If you weren't like raised the same way your partner, your husband to be or wife to be is raised, or you have political differences, you know, this is a great way to, you know, I feel strong in my core and then I can speak my piece and drink some wine and it's all good. Okay, so you're going to take the wine bottle in between the ankles, just lay down on the floor. You can take a soft bend in the knees. You don't need to have long legs here. And all you're going to do is what I call toaster pumps. You're just going to lift your hips up so it's not bringing the weight of the legs towards the face, but just lifting the hips up towards the sky. So you're using the strength of your lower abdominals here, the space right underneath your navel center. And to have a tiny bit, to have that bottle filled will just give a little bit more weight to your lift. You can keep that squeeze, take your palms face down underneath your hips and start to lower only enough till you feel that that low back might lift off the floor. But you want the low back pressing into the floor. So now you can start working the space on your abdominals just higher than the pubic bone. So this little lift is for that space just below the navel center. So that little bikini line for gals out there. And then just lower and lift, because this isn't just for the gals, right? If it's for the guys too that might be meeting the in-laws. And you can lower and lift. This is just a space a little bit higher than the navel center. And then you can just, you know, open up the wine and just take it straight down like a funnel. Okay, and then you can just rock and roll up to seated or off to the side if you have any low back issues. You can take the bottle now and bring it to the base of the hamstring, the lower part of the upper leg, and then the lower leg. And you can do little lifts here. Now this is gonna be great for balance, strengthen the hamstring. And do about 5 to 10, 15 to 20, as long as it doesn't overstrain the hamstring. And then just switch sides. 5, 10, 15, 20, depending on how much time you have. You can even take it out to the side, but you wanna make sure that you're nice and even weight with both of those arms. You don't wanna be leaning over to the side as the leg extends. You wanna be able to work the hip and the booty, show off that booty and feel really, really strong. Okay, so the next one here, you can get rid of that wine bottle or start taking your shots now, is where you use yoga blocks, book, ottoman, or the side of your bed. You'll just take, as another one for the hamstrings, just take one foot onto that ottoman, the other heel or whole foot to the floor, palms to the earth, pull the abdominals in, and you'll just do little lifts. So you'll feel the hammies, you'll squeeze through the glutes, and you'll do about 5 or 10 here, and then you'll switch sides. And then you also have the option to use both feet here. You can use the wine bottle again to squeeze between the upper inner thighs, press up and lower down, lift and lower. So this is a great one for the core, for the booty, for the lower part of the body, so that when you are meeting the in-laws, it's not like, you know, oh my God, I can't stay balanced, I can't stay strong. And then the last little final bit is a breathing exercise. This is called Nadi showed us, there's alternate nostril breathing. I'm not going to talk about mudra, which is like a hand seal, but you can just take, you know, one finger and then the other, like thumbs up, and then the pointer finger, or you can even do the middle finger if you're having one of those days, and close off through the left. So this isn't going to be a mirror on television, or on YouTube, but it'll close off the left with the middle finger or the pointer, and then the thumb will close off the right. You'll take a deep breath in through both of the nostrils, sitting up nice and tall. You can even lean up against the wall. And exhale fully, and then you'll close off with the middle finger to the left side and inhale through the right. Then you'll close the right and exhale through the left. Then you'll inhale through the left, close and exhale through the right. And if you can, if you have longer than 2 or 3, 5 minutes, whatever, you know, do that a few cycles. Always end with an exhale on the right, because you started with an inhale on the right. And that just balances out your parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system. So the fight or flight and the rest or digest. So if you're feeling like really, really anxious, it'll bring you down a notch. And if you're feeling really sluggish and nervous, it'll kind of bring your energy up. So these are, oh, thanks, timer, exactly 5 minutes. This is great. I mean, these are things that you can do at any time of the day, especially when you're feeling stressed or anxious, not only if you're meeting, you know, the in-laws or anybody who might be making you nervous. So Patty, I hope this is helpful for you and anyone out there who might be meeting their future in-laws. And that's it. So you can do that any time of the day. It's really nice. I mean, ideally you'll do it in the evening, especially if you're going to be imbibing some of that wine. You can always put those rubber bands on there for an extra grip, and then just take them off when you're done. And that's about it from here. So for Lady Yoga and Yoga Quickies, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe below. Let us know what you need to know, and we'll deliver to you in 5 minutes or less. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Namaste.